Life struggles, happy moments, bad times, and unforgettable memories.
Join us as we talk about our lives and share a laugh or two with us as we bring you along on our crazy journey called life.
Welcome to Two Wives, One World. Hey listeners, welcome back for another episode.
Hey guys, welcome back to Two Wives, One World, and we are here today to speak to you and just relax and have fun like we do every week. So welcome aboard on another week of Two Wives, One World. We have a really fun episode for today. Hopefully you guys can learn some cool facts and some pointers and tips yourself. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and continue listening or watching, and we're going to have a great day.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like if you guys are interested in starting your own podcast or interested in starting a vlog, this episode is going to be very informative.
Informative.
I'm a teacher, guys. I know words. This podcast, whatever you're watching, is going to be very informative for you. So keep your ears open and your eyes open if you're watching our video.
Yes, and if at any point you think of a question, let us know down below, and we are happy to answer it for you.
All right, and I guess we should get into our first segment, and that is, what is in your cup?
What is in your cup? Nikki, what do you have for us this week?
So, I have my good old Ray and Dunn. We've talked about these on here before.
Yeah, the new craze mugs.
Yeah, so this is a Happy Life, and then, so this is actually Justin's mug. I've had it on here before. I have a matching one that's white, and it says Happy Wife, and then it says Happy Life. I got these during Valentine's Day at TJ Maxx for us. And inside my cup, I have some good old V8 juice. I think it's like peach and mango or something.
Ooh, that sounds good. Heck yeah,
Really?
Nikki coming in with a kilt. Now, I don't remember if I have ever brought this mug on here or not. My mom actually bought this for me. But I have been craving Cracker Barrel. So I have this Cracker Barrel mug. It has the little game that is on each of the tables, and it's just Cracker Barrel Old Store. I have been craving Cracker Barrel so bad, and unfortunately I haven't gotten a chance to go because my husband works this crazy schedule, and we never have time for a lot, so we usually end up just staying in town whenever we do get time together. So, and in here today I have some pineapple juice. So,
oh, I love some pineapple.
Good.
We are very fruity girls tonight.
We really are. I love it. Stay hydrated, gang, and drink or eat your fruit. Stay healthy. But yes, so join along with us, grab a drink, grab a snack, and listen and watch us, and we are going to be happy to explain to you basically how everything started and how it kind of evolved and where we got inspiration and how we learned to do everything. So if you guys are interested in any of that, go ahead and keep listening, and we're happy to tell you everything.
Yeah, definitely. So I guess I'll start because when we started this podcast, I came up with this crazy idea that I wanted to do something to get myself out there because I'm a very quiet person, if you know me. I don't open up very easily at first. Takes a while. I'm sure Cass can attest to that.
I can.
So actually, at first I thought this was going to be like a husband and wife podcast, but my husband is sometimes very stubborn and decides that he doesn't want to do things that I want to do. So I was like, okay, well, what's the next best thing? And I was like, my best friend. So I texted Cass and I was like, hey, do you want to do a podcast with me? It might be crazy. Like, we might only do a few episodes, but I just want to try it and see what it's like. And you agreed. So
yeah, it was so cool. Like, I remember you asking me, I was like, podcast? I was like, that'll be awesome because, like you said, we'll be getting ourselves out there, putting ourselves out there. And the really awesome part is that we get a day or sometimes even 2 or 3 days of the week where we get to talk to each other, and we basically know every week, like, solid plans usually, unless something comes up. Like, I know I'm at least going to be talking to her at least one day out of the week. So that is really awesome. And I just thought it was so cool that you wanted to do it. And I was like, heck yeah. I was like, what's stopping us? And, like,
Right.
With technology nowadays, it's crazy that we can be in different states and still be able to do this stuff. Like, it's so cool. It's awesome. But yeah, Nikki was all about the idea, and we kind of talked about it, and we came up with the name Two Wives One World, and
That
it
was
just kind
actually
of exploded.
funny. You picked our name.
I was thinking, I was like, okay. I was like, what's gonna be cute and like kind of quirky? But also it isn't going to be too long and isn't going to be too like the incredible journey of Nikki and Cassidy and their husbands and how they live their everyday lives. I was like, so we have to think of something kind of short. But I feel like it's the name was, I don't know, it just kind of came, and it really is fitting for us. So
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're one wife and two wife, and we live in this crazy world. So why the heck not call it Two Wives One World?
it
And
was awesome.
yeah, and I love the name because Boy Meets World is like my favorite show. So whenever Cass is like Two Wives One World, I'm like, yes, absolutely.
Heck yeah, let's do it. Let's take this. And basically it was oh, okay, for any of you that are kind of this is a little tip for naming things. Specifically podcasts and vlogs and stuff like that. Kind of sit down and think to yourself, what the heck, first of all, what the heck am I going to be talking about? What the heck? And then think about, what do you want your scene to kind of look like? What do you want your aesthetic, as all the cool kids say? What do you want your aesthetic to be? And basically, if you're going to be doing it alone, or you're going to be doing it with other people, and kind of sit down and lay it all out and say, okay, I'm going to be talking about this. I'm going to be talking about this. I want to do this. And then just think of words that belong with the things that you want to be doing, and just kind of be a little bit creative and go for it. Like, if you think you have a crazy name, just take it and run with it, because you never know. You really never do. Excuse me. It was a lot of fun though, naming this. Yay, I'm so happy.
So the reason I thought about doing a podcast was, and I've talked about this girl on here before, Sierra Schultze. I watch her on YouTube a lot. She's very body positive. She's a lot of fun to watch. Well, her and her best friend started a podcast together. And it just seemed like so much fun. Like, they got time together every week to just sit down and talk. And I just thought that would be so much fun to just have that time, like that time during the week to just sit down and talk to somebody for an hour, 2 hours, whatever, and share it with everybody else. Like, share your friendship with everybody. So, and like I said, I just kind of wanted to get myself out there, because I'm not the kind of person to decide to do a podcast. So I thought it'd be a lot of fun. So that's how I kind of got the idea. And so I guess we could kind of talk about like the technical things that come with doing a podcast. When we first started doing a podcast, our podcast, we used Skype and OBS. So OBS is like this, I don't know what you want to call it, program. Yeah, this program that records your computer, and it records video or audio. So what I would do is I would just record the audio, I would record the video and then turn it into an MP3 and just post that. Well, then we had a listener ask us if we could start doing video, and that's when I decided, okay, well, let's try this. So we did that on OBS, and it just didn't come out the way I wanted it to. And there were a couple times where we had to record a podcast like 3 times.
Guys, it was all right. So don't get me wrong, I don't mind re-recording, but the really, really cool thing about podcasts is that it's just a genuine conversation that's not scripted. Like, you might have points and bullets, which we'll talk about that later, but like most of what Nikki and I do is just bouncing off of each other and talking to each other. So whenever we recorded stuff and we realized that it didn't save or something happened, we were just kind of like, oh crap, like that sounded good.
So devastating.
It was. And sometimes it would be long, like it would be a long episode, and we'd have to go through and do it again, and it's like, oh my gosh. And then it almost made it seem like it was scripted at that point, because it's like, all right, well, we already talked about this once, let's just do it again. Yeah, it was I remember that.
It was
That
a
was,
struggle.
it was, but yeah. You have a really good grip on the technical things, though.
Thanks. It helps that my husband's an IT guy and also knows a lot about it.
Thank you, Justin.
Yeah, thank you, Justin. I don't know what I would do if I didn't have him to help me with all this technical stuff. So I guess I should go off with saying we decided to do OBS, and then with the video, it just didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. So I decided to switch to Skype because I realized Skype has a recording thing, which Justin didn't even know that. I figured that out by myself, which is awesome. And I really love the way it splits the screen in half. So like one side you see Cass and the other side you see me. I love that because even when we're recording, like on my screen, Cass is big and I'm like just a little box. But whenever the recording's done, it makes it so we're both the same size, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So after I do that, I just save the video, put it onto iMovie. So I transfer it. Cass and I use Google Drive for a lot of our stuff. And Cass, what do you think about Google Drive?
It's honestly a lifesaver.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's really cool because not only can we share ideas on there, but whenever we do our vlog segments, we are able to upload something and it be on the same program. It's not like, oh crap, I better send you my video over Facebook Messenger and all that jazz. It's like you save it on Google Drive and it's available for both of us to look at. It's awesome. Like, I really need to start utilizing Google Drive a little more for more things other than podcasts because I've heard that it's just an amazing tool to use in general. But definitely, if you're doing a podcast with someone else, set up that Google Drive because it's going to be a lot of help. I love it.
Yeah, so Cass and I set up a Gmail account. It's called twoeyesOneWorld@gmail.com. If you want to send us an email, go for it. We would love to
Yes.
We set up a Google Drive through our email that we share together. We both have the email and the password. And so I upload every time I do the podcast and I save it to my computer. I need to get it onto my MacBook so I can edit it on iMovie. So what I do is I throw that podcast clip into Google Drive, put it onto my MacBook, throw it into iMovie, and edit it. And I'll get more into editing later. But once it's all edited and we decide to we upload our video to YouTube first off. Mm-hmm. So that's super easy. Like, I just keep the edited video that I used in iMovie and put it up on YouTube. Then I put our edited video into an MP3 converter that I found on the App Store on my MacBook, and I just throw it in there. It changes everything to an MP3, and I upload that to Anchor. So, Cass, do you want to talk a little bit about Anchor and
Yeah. So Anchor is really cool because Anchor is basically a platform where you can upload your podcast and it's available for everybody to hear. Now, Anchor the program that uploads it to Spotify, Apple Music?
Yep.
Okay. So super, super cool tool to use for your podcast. So with Anchor, you can upload to, and Nikki add to it if I don't remember all the platforms. You can add it to Spotify, Apple Music, Pocket Cast.
I'll even pull it up right now on my Mac.
But there are all these different basically platforms that this one tool uploads to, so you don't have to go onto your Spotify and upload it. You don't have to go onto Apple Music and upload it. But this tool is awesome because it uploads it to all these different platforms. So no matter what your listeners are listening to on whatever system they're listening to, they're able to get access to it without us breaking our backs trying to upload it to 17 different things. But it is super, super cool and awesome. Is it pretty user-friendly, would you say?
Oh my gosh, it's so user-friendly. And so since we were talking about Anchor, I thought I would show you a little bit about our Anchor profile. And I can show you, because it shows you really cool things like which video has been listened to the most, what gender listens to your video the most, what age range. on what platforms get listened to the most. It's really cool. So I'm excited to share that with you. So this might just take a while. Okay.
It's so weird seeing me up there.
It is, isn't it? Okay. So here's our anchor. Justin very kindly made this icon for us. So thank you, Justin. Right here we have a little description of what our podcast is about. This shows the total plays that we have. So we have 493, almost 500, which is super exciting. Our estimated audience size is 7. So this just counts for the people that listen to audio on our podcast, not like YouTube and stuff too. So that's just a portion of it. We're not very big, guys, so don't judge us. But right here shows like which videos have the most plays and like what spiked. So you can see like in April we had a spike on certain episodes, the BuzzFeed quizzes. These are a few of our favorite things. We had a big spike in, it looks like December somewhere. And that's our love stories, which was our second episode, which is crazy. And yeah, so that's really cool. This is where it gets really neat though. So this shows our top episodes. And one of them is our BuzzFeed quizzes, which is no surprise. Those ones are really fun to do. And then another one is our Pinterest episode, which is surprising to me. What do you think about that, Cass?
I think that's crazy just because I think it kind of shows how many people actually really use Pinterest. Because I feel like Pinterest is one of those social media platforms that not a lot of people really talk about. It's kind of just for personal use. So it's cool to kind of see that people were interested in that and seeing what we post on our Pinterest. I think that's really cool. Like that just is so crazy to me that we have the technology to be able to look at this stuff for our podcast. Like,
oh, definitely.
Oh, this is really what? Germany?
Yes, I didn't tell you that.
No!
So this shows our geographic locations of people that listen to our podcast. So obviously 92% in the United States, which thank you, the United States. But the cool thing is we have 7% of our listeners are from Ireland.
That is so cool.
That is so friggin' awesome. And then we have 1%, a little less than 1% in Germany, which is also very, very cool. And then down here shows you the listening platform. So like our most listened to platform is Apple Podcasts, and then Spotify, then Castbox, and then Anchor, and then others. So others would be like, I don't even know, or else I would tell you. This shows the gender of people that listen to our podcast. So there's 96% are female, 1% is, oh, I thought that was the male, 1% is non-binary, and then 3% is male.
Thank you guys that are out there listening. I know we talk about a lot of girl stuff, so thanks for hanging in there, Dad.
Thank you, Leo.
That's so cool.
And occasionally Justin. Justin does hop on our podcast every once in a while. And then this shows our age ranges. So we have 3% in the 18 to 22-year-old category, 96% in the 3 to 27 category, and then we have a whopping 1% at 60 plus years old. Thank you, Mom.
That is so cool. Guys, this is crazy. Like, this is so interesting to look at. What if you click devices beside where it says apps?
Oh, yeah. Okay. So when you go to devices, most of them are on iPhones, 54%. 9% on Mac, 3% on the web, 2% on Android, and then 32% is on other.
Wow, that's cool.
Isn't it? Like, this program is really so cool, guys. Like, if you are interested in doing a podcast, definitely put it on Anchor. Everything is free. You can make money by doing sponsorships. We haven't really dove into that yet. It might be the next thing we do. Who knows?
Maybe we'll jump on and do it.
Yeah. So we can actually go to view our public site. if it'll load. And this is what it looks like. So you can click on here and it says listen to Spotify. You can message us. So hop on Anchor and send us a message, guys. You can get to our Facebook, our Instagram, and our YouTube through here. You can also get onto Apple Podcasts, Breaker, Google Podcasts, Overcast, Podcasts, Radio Public, Spotify, Copy RSS. Don't RSS. And then down here is all of our episodes. So this was last week's, our Dream Disney Vacation, Drugstore Makeup, Where Have We Been, blah, 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 blah. All of our episodes are on here. So you can go ahead and listen to all of those. And that's about it for that. If you want to upload new episodes, whenever you log into Anchor, you just hit new episode. And then you can drag your stuff into here. You also have the option of recording right onto Anchor. We've never done that just because we do video as well. And you can also edit on Anchor, which I just realized the other day, but I personally like editing on iMovie just because I can edit the video too. But yeah,
Awesome. That is so cool.
That is that for our Anchor thing. Let me stop sharing my screen. All right.
That is super cool.
Thank you. Yeah, I really like Anchor, honestly. I thought that it was going to be super hard to upload our podcast to everything, but with Anchor, like, it just does it for you.
That's so cool. I'm very, very, like, I don't know, my mind's just blown with how easy it is for us to have access to all this stuff, which makes it insane. But yeah, and a big thank you to Nikki for being our tech girl and doing all the uploading and all the behind the scenes work. I don't know what the heck I would do without you, girl. You bust your tail for our podcast, so thank you for that.
Thank you. I honestly love doing it though. Like, it is so nice to just like sit down and put something together that you created. Like, and it's so refreshing when people actually like listen to it and like watch our videos and comment and like them. And I know like we don't have a huge following, but like it's still nice to have like those 7 listeners that it says we have.
Right. And 400 and some plays. Like, that's awesome.
Almost
really cool.
500.
Ooh, can this episode get us past 500?
What do you guys think?
Let's see. I hope it does. But yeah, like we said earlier, if you guys have any questions about anything, feel free to let us know. We're happy to help you out. Anchor is super user-friendly and super fun and all that cool stuff. But yeah, it's so much fun to do these podcasts. What would you say is what is your inspiration for the topics we talk about? Like, what goes into what we're going to talk about in your mind whenever we're thinking about a new episode?
I think it's just like what I would want to talk about, like something that I would spend an hour and a half talking to you about, like stuff we enjoy like talking about. Oh wow, I said talking about like 50 times, but
that's okay.
It's just something that I know like both of us are into and both of us can get behind. And yeah,
I think it's a lot easier whenever you're talking about something that you're passionate about or something that you're knowledgeable about. Is that a word?
Yeah.
Knowledgeable?
Yeah.
Okay. Something that you know a lot about. We'll say that. Yeah, it's really cool. And another cool thing about having a podcast is like thinking up of those unique ideas, like the BuzzFeed episode, the Mad Libs episode, the what was another one that we did? The Pinterest one was creative. Like thinking about doing something that's a little bit out of the box compared to what normal, regular podcasts would do. We try to make it so that we can interact with you guys a little bit without doing it live. So whenever you listen to this, hopefully you guys can play along with us on our BuzzFeed episodes, or you can laugh with us at the Mad Libs one, because some of our stuff was funny on the Mad Libs ones.
So I actually would like to like try to do a live episode like over Skype and see how it goes. Yeah. And we do a Mad Libs episode where you guys can react to us while it's happening.
Yes.
Leave us a comment and let us know what you think about that, because I will definitely try to make that happen if possible.
Yeah. I think that would be amazing. I think that's a really good idea. We might have to do that sooner than later.
I agree.
Another really cool thing is sitting down and being like, okay, so, well, if we look and we can see that we talked about this, and this, what haven't we touched base on? Or what should we talk about that is going to be good for all of our listeners to listen to? And what's something that we can listen to, but male audiences can also listen and enjoy. So I think that's another really cool thing. And another part about the things that we talk about with the podcast is, you know, I love whenever you guys can interact with us. Like, I love whenever my mom messages me and says, hey, I just watched your podcast and I think this about what you said about that. It's really cool. And my mom actually, with the makeup episode that we did, she'd actually got back to me about where she got that eyeshadow palette we were talking about.
Oh.
And I'm pretty sure she said Gabe's.
Gabe's?
She got it at a Gabe's.
Cool stuff.
I know. I was like, well, thanks. I was like, that's cool. And she watched it and she messaged me and said, hey, I got your palette at Gabe's, and I don't remember where she said, somewhere in Pennsylvania. And it's just so cool that our family can listen and talk to us about things, and our friends can listen, and, you know, random strangers from other countries can listen.
Hi, strangers.
It's so cool. Hey, strangers from Ireland and Germany and the United States, too.
Don't be strangers. Interact with us. We want to meet you guys.
Yes, for sure. Oh, my gosh, yes. So, Nikki, as far as episodes go, we're on episode 43 now, right? I think.
Something like that. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember.
Were you expecting us to get this far? Like, when we started, were you expecting us to stay as consistent as we are?
You know, no, I wasn't. I honestly thought, like, we were going to do it for a couple weeks, and then life was going to get crazy, and we were going to be like, okay, well, maybe we'll just talk during the week and, like, stop doing the podcast because it's a lot of work. But honestly, like, we didn't, and I'm so happy about that because even, like, when I went on my honeymoon, like, we took a week off, but we went right back into it, and it was so easy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, doing these podcasts is not hard at all. Like, I get excited to record the podcast because I know I'll get to talk to you for, like, an hour and a half. And more than that, really, because we talk before and after the podcast, too. So, what about you? Did you think it was going to last, like, we were going to make it to almost a whole year?
I don't know, because it was like I wanted us to keep up with this, but like you said, life gets insane. And it's like you said, like, we'll take a week off, but then the next week we'll act like nothing had ever happened. Like, you know, we're right on track. I love that. So I'm hoping we can make it to episode 100.
Me too.
That would be so cool. And, you know, you guys let us know what you want us to talk about. We'll be here as long as you want us.
Absolutely.
Like, this is something that not only are we going to be able to look back on in the future, but this is something that we are able to do together and just spend time together, like you said. And tracking on where you said about where we talk before and after the podcast, I think it was last week, we talked for like an hour before we even started recording. We looked at the screen and we were like, we've been talking for an hour. We better start recording.
And guys, that happens like all the time. Like,
it really does.
Definitely, like, if you are interested in doing a podcast and you want to do it with somebody, make sure it's somebody that you enjoy talking to. Like, honestly, I know I said, like, earlier on in the episode that I thought about doing this with my husband at first. I'm glad I didn't because I talk to my husband all day, every day, and he gets a little annoying. So I am so glad he said no and I got to do it with you.
Well, and another thing with that too is like guys aren't as open to talking about as many topics as we are. Like, I feel like we can talk about anything from makeup to the nerdy things we like to serious stuff. I almost feel like husbands are almost too like goofy to talk about the serious things. Like, do you envision yourself like, I'm trying to envision Ryan and I on a podcast talking about something serious. Like, it's just, I don't know. We have serious talks, but I feel like he's just so goofy. Like, he just makes jokes about everything. So I'd be sitting here trying to talk about, like, I don't know, food poisoning or something. He'd be like, oh, well, you know, make a joke, and here's a pun. And I'd be like, Ryan, this is the podcast. And then, like, I have to cut everything.
I know. Honestly, like, we did the Star Wars episode with Justin.
Yeah.
And really, like, I honestly don't think I would ever talk if I did a podcast with him, because he is so good at rambling on about the most annoying things. He's in the room next to me, so I have to, like, kind of stay quiet. But, like, he's so good at, like, just rambling on that I honestly can't get a word in sometimes. And I feel like you could see that during our Star Wars episode. Like, I feel like both of us kind of had a hard time, like, cutting in. So it was just it's just like, it was almost meant to be that we did this podcast together. Because I don't think we would have made it this far if it wasn't both of us.
For each other and saying, oh my gosh, I can't wait to talk to you. And I think another thing that makes the podcast so easy is we take it seriously, but it's not like it feels like a job. Like, this feels like this is something we enjoy doing. Like, there have been things in my life where it's like, okay, this is supposed to be fun, but somewhere along the road it stopped being fun and it felt like it was more of a chore than anything. Like, make sure when you do a podcast, keep it fresh, keep it fun, keep it, fun and open, just like a marriage. Always keep things fresh and new, and, but another thing is like, I feel like this podcast has really made us so much closer than, a lot of things. Like, if it's any more possible to be any closer, like, I just feel like we're so close right now. We're in a really good place with, like, everything. Like, even though we're 8 hours away from each other, it feels like,
I feel like we're closer now than we were when we lived right down the road from each other.
Isn't that crazy?
It is. And I think it's because, like, you are 8 hours away that it's like, okay, I want to talk to Cass, like, every week, so I know what's going on in her life, because I'm not going to just be able to go down the road, like, every 2 weeks or whatever and, like, hang out with her.
I did love living down the road from you.
Yeah. It was so much fun.
It was.
Honestly, guys, like, Cass was right. We are a lot closer now. Like, we literally text each other every day. Like, every single day about something.
We do. And if we don't get a text from each other, we're like, is she okay? Like, is she good?
Yeah, I think we went, like, a weekend or something without talking to each other. And, like, we only talked during the podcast. And I was like, this is so weird. I feel like I haven't talked to you in forever.
I know. It feels like it's been a month, but in reality, it's only been a couple of days. Oh, also another random tidbit about her and I. We usually always send each other a TikTok at least once a day or every other day.
I love our TikToks.
I do.
They are great. I would like, actually, you know what, guys? I'm going to share one with you that I sent to the other day. And I don't know if you're going to know which one it is, but it describes quarantine very perfectly, I feel like, for both of us. I gotta go. Oh, did you actually send me one? You
Did
sent
I?
Oh, no. I sent you one and you replied to it.
I was gonna say, did I? I'm on TikTok so much, sometimes I forget if I send things.
Okay.
Maybe we'll have to do a TikTok episode. Let us know down below if you want us to do a TikTok episode.
Yes. Okay. I found it. Maybe. Okay, are you guys ready for this? It might be a little loud. I'm sorry.
Everybody, I'm on my way. Stop it.
So,
True.
basically said, if you guys couldn't read it, it says, me on my way to the kitchen to get some snackies after having a 2-hour-long meltdown about my body. That cannot be more accurate.
It's almost scary. It's so true, though. Like, I will find myself, and I don't want to get too far off topic. That's the cool thing about doing our podcast, is you can basically talk about whatever. I will literally sit there and mope over my body, and then I'll be like, oh, you know what sounds fire? McDonald's. Like, McDonald's sounds good, or ice cream sounds good, and it's like.
But you want to know what? Like, we literally can talk to each other about that, because there will be days, like, I'm really, really down on myself, and the first person I want to text is Cassidy. Like, I will be like, hey, I'm just really not feeling good right now. Like, what are you doing? Help me out. And you're just like, you're beautiful the way you are. Don't worry about it. You're allowed to eat that cheeseburger from McDonald's. Like,
Yes, you're an amazing wife.
Yeah, go get some Taco Bell. You deserve it.
Yes, girl, go get some Taco Bell. Oh, Taco Bell, guys. They're building a Taco Bell where I live right now. It's not up yet.
Ooh.
But man, I've been wanting some Taco Bell, but I don't want to drive 20 minutes to get it.
They have a new grilled cheese burrito. It's amazing.
Good.
It's so good.
Oh no, guys, help. Don't let me go to Taco Bell.
So I guess we should get back on to our
Anyways, yes. But long story short, definitely do it with someone that you enjoy, someone that you're not going to get sick of, because believe it or not, it can happen with certain people.
Yeah.
It really can. And the hard thing is you don't realize it's going to happen until it happens. And then you're like, oh, crap. I shouldn't have committed this.
So I guess we should talk about, like, what we use. So, like, we talked about Anchor. I touched on iMovie for editing the videos. We use Skype to record. So that's all that. And then I have been using this mic, which you guys have seen. I don't know if you can hear me too well. I'm holding it like this, but what it is it's just a little snowball mic, and it makes it so my voice is a little bit clearer and all that. And I just realized I didn't put headphones in today. Normally, I have my headphones in so I can not have that background of, like, when Cass talks, you can hear it in the microphone, but that should be fine, right? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Justin's shaking his head no. He just walked past and was like, no. So, I'm sorry I forgot to put headphones in, guys. It's just one of those days.
Yeah, it's one of those days. That's the cool thing about having your own podcast. There are no rules. You want to not wear headphones one day? You do it, girl. And then I have my AirPods that I use. I've been meaning to get a microphone because I just need one. But it's like every time I go to buy one, I can't find one that I really like. So if any of you out there have a recommendation on a mic, please let me know. I don't want anything that's too, I don't know. I don't want one that clips on, but I also don't want one that's like, I know there are like ginormous mics that are like professional grade. Like Nikki's, yours is perfect. Like I need to find a nice one.
Justin got this for me for my birthday last year.
That's crazy.
Well, funny story, guys. My husband actually didn't believe I was going to do a podcast. He thought that I was going to do it for a couple weeks and just quit. And then I proved him wrong.
Well, Justin, we are on episode 43. Take that.
Take that.
Yes, we use headphones usually. Nikki uses a mic. I am on a laptop right now. I'm on my MacBook. I know, Nikki, do you use your laptop to record with Skype, or do you have it up on your MacBook?
So I use my laptop. It's an Acer, which I actually need a new laptop here soon. So I'm hoping my webcam gets a little bit of an upgrade. But yeah, I record on my Windows computer, and then I transfer everything over to my MacBook to edit. So, yeah. I guess we should talk about the difference between doing a podcast and doing our vlogs, because if you guys didn't know, we started doing vlogs, like 3 months ago?
Yeah, probably about there.
When quarantine started, we decided to pick up vlogging because, like, we were both home, and what better to do when you're home than to vlog it, so.
Yes, I agree. It was really cool because Nikki had an idea of doing it, and I was like, heck yeah, let's do it. And then it basically turned into like we try to do it every week. Sometimes, like we said, though, life gets in the way.
Mm-hmm.
It's really cool, though, because we basically come up with something like we do with a regular podcast, and we usually try to upload on Fridays. So it's like, okay, I have all this. That was weird. My cup just like flung water up. Anyways, that was really weird. Did something jump in here? But anyways, so we have a topic and then we plan out our week. At least that's how I do it. Usually I'm like, okay, we're going to do this video. I'm going to try to do this on Monday. I'm going to try to do this on Tuesday. And then I'm going to try to have it all uploaded on the drive by Friday night. Or no, by Thursday.
Yeah, because we upload on Friday.
So I try to do all that, but it has been a pain in my neck because my phone is full. Like my storage is full on my phone. So it's like I have to go in and delete all this stuff. And then there have been times where I've been like halfway recording like a 10-minute video and it just stops recording. And I'm like, you have got to be joking. So it's annoying. But luckily I'm getting a new phone this week. So that will no longer be an issue.
That's so exciting. I didn't know that.
Thank God. Well, my dad had just helped me with it on Sunday because I was asking him, I was like, Dad, what the heck should I do? Like, I don't know. I was like, should I go here and start a phone line? Should I go here and start a phone line? He's like, let me look up what the best deal is going to be for you and I'll figure it out. So my dad had helped me out with it on Sunday night and it should be here tomorrow because like right now it's like I can barely even take a screenshot on my phone and send it because of my freaking storage being full. So that is going to help with the vlogs. But I usually just use my iPhone or my iPad and record. And then, like we said, utilize that OneDrive because we upload our videos onto the OneDrive. And that makes it super easy for Nikki to take all the footage, everything, put it into iMovie and edit. So Google Drive has really made things a heck of a lot easier than they could be.
So much easier. Yeah, I record on my Google Pixel 3 XL. Yeah, that's what it is. And the camera on here is absolutely amazing. I feel like it's better than like some professional cameras.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But I also ran into the issue like Cass where I ran out of storage, so I had to clean out my phone, which is whatever. I've had this phone for about a year, and it definitely does its job, and it does record, like, amazing videos. I actually just invested in something else for our podcast, our vlogs. I got a ring light, and
Lucky!
It's really cool. Like, I'm excited to share it, like, show you guys what it does. I used it in our upcoming video, which will hopefully be up on Friday. It's our husbands are doing our makeup, so definitely check that out. It is going to be so much fun. I'm going to tell you right now, Justin has no idea anything about makeup, and you'll just see. Just go watch it. But I used a ring light in that video, and it looks pretty good, so I'm excited about it.
I need a light.
Yeah. I really debated about getting one, and then I don't know. Like, I just feel like it makes your videos look so much more professional. So I buckled down and got one.
Ugh, I need to get one.
But for the podcast, guys, I just use this lamp that's sitting on my desk to, like, shine on my face.
Beautiful. Perfect.
But
yes.
Oh,
videos
sorry,
are super fun. No, it's okay. I was just going to say, videos are super fun. Like, it's so cool to be able to upload to YouTube and be able to watch the videos and be able to kind of compare and be like, hey, Nikki, what'd you do for this? How long did you make it? And then we try to make our videos pretty similar so the video can be a pretty good length. We try to keep the video at a good length, but sometimes it's like the content is so fun that we don't want to cut stuff, so we are, some of our videos are a little longer, but that's okay because it's so much fun to watch. Like our outfit episode, or our outfit video. I love that video. Like, I think it's really cool.
We have so many views on that one. Like, our most viewed video is we dress as Disney characters for a week. So that just goes to show you, like, those videos are worth the time we put into them because people enjoy watching them. And honestly, like, I enjoy creating them. What about you?
Yes, I enjoy it. I really enjoy it. My only thing, like I said, I need a light because I can kind of tell the difference in, like, whenever I sit by this window and I can feel the natural light coming in on my face, and whenever I'm recording something at night and the lighting's not very good. So I need to get a light. But other than that, I really enjoy it. Like, I think it's a lot of fun. And I think it's going to be even more fun to watch them down the road, just like the podcast. Like 5 years from now, look back and say, oh my gosh, like we did this before we had kids and when our houses looked like this and all of that. So.
Well, we started the podcast when I was living in my little apartment. Like,
yeah, we did.
We literally recorded, guys, from the time not from the time we moved into our apartment, but like we were in our apartment, recorded whenever we started the moving process, and then we recorded like the first podcast in my house, which is crazy because it's changed so much, and it's going to be really nice to go back and see those differences and what's changed and what stayed the same and all that stuff.
It's so bittersweet.
And honestly, I hope someday, like, this is what I hope happens with our podcasts and vlogs and everything. I honestly hope we just keep doing them, and then by the time we have kids, like, we get, like, 2 hours for you and me, and then, like, we have our time for our kids, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just feel like that would be so much fun, and, like, our vlogs can incorporate our families, and would just be awesome.
Crazy.
It is.
That is insane to think about. What do you guys think about our videos? Do you like them? Do you want us to do more? Do you like our weekly? Do you want us to, I don't know, what the heck do you want us to do? Let us know. We are happy to do what you want us to do.
Definitely. And guys, I guess I forgot to tell you about the thumbnail. So every video you see of ours, whether it's our podcast or our vlog, we have a picture for you to look at for the video. Those are called our thumbnails. And Cass and I take a picture every week with a different, like, normally it's a Snapchat filter, so a different Snapchat filter. I put it into this app. It's called InCollage. It's that little app right there. You open it up, and you'll select grid, and you'll pick the pictures. So I'll just pick a random one. I'll do Joy. So I picked, like, 2 pictures of Joy. I hit next, and it brings it in like this.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, and then you can go in and you can change the filters. Like, there's filters on them. You can add stickers. So, like, I use the world and the ring for ours.
That is so cute.
Yeah. And then you can also add text, which is something I've been doing lately with ours. And yeah, like, and then I just save it and I upload it to our Google Drive, and I can put it onto all of our videos, and yeah, it's pretty simple.
That's so cool. That's a cool app. I've wondered how you made the world and the ring. Mm-hmm. That is really cool. Like, guys, I don't stress this enough. Like, and I need to do this more. Check out apps. Just check them out. There are so many cool ones. That's what I'm really excited about with my new phone. I'll finally have storage that I can download some apps that I think are cool or, you know, utilize more. I'm super excited. I can't wait. I cannot wait.
So what phone are you getting?
I am actually getting the iPhone 11 Pro.
Oh.
In silver, which is actually white. I wanted rose gold, but for some reason Apple stopped making rose gold phones.
That's weird.
Very annoying, but yes. So I'll have that phone, and the camera's supposed to be pretty good, so I'm excited for that. And I'm just excited to have more space on my phone, because right now the 64 gigs is not doing it for me. Like, it's just, I have so many pictures on here that I don't want to get rid of, but it's like I have space, so I can't really do anything, and it's like,
I feel that.
So I'm excited for that. Also, real quick, guys, talking about apps, I know this is kind of off track. If you guys like to read, in which usually I like the regular version of a book, hands down, over electronic reading, download the app Libby, and put your library card number in on the app, and you can read ebooks and listen to audiobooks on that app. I just want to throw that in there real quick. It is so cool. It is so, so cool. Just check it out, guys. Just talking about apps.
I did not know that.
You need to check it out, too.
So cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah, and I guess while we're talking about that, I'll just throw in a little, I use Webtoons to read books. Looks like this. Oh, which way? They're like stories that people create and you can read them. They're really nice and yeah, enjoyable. So there's a couple apps for you guys on
There you
top
go,
of
guys.
what we're doing now. But yeah, okay. So like pros and cons for the podcast. What do you think?
Okay, so pros is definitely getting to see you every week
Mm-hmm.
and talk to you every week. I don't know what a con would be. I feel like the only con is that we aren't able to physically be together.
Yeah.
Like that, like, and that isn't even like, I don't know. The only thing that I wish that we could do different is like be together more.
Right.
But like, I think the way we do it's awesome. Like, I think it's so cool that we can still do this not being together. So I think that would be the only con, really. What about you? Is there anything that you're like, man, I wish this was different?
So my pros are definitely that I get to talk to you every week.
Yeah.
The podcasts are definitely easy to edit on iMovie for sure. So that's a pro. A con would be just that like I don't know. A con would have to be that it does take a long time for all the videos to upload onto YouTube and Anchor. And like you said, not being able to be together also sucks, but I'm also very thankful for that in a way too because we do get to spend more time together.
Mhm.
But yeah, I would have to say those are my pros and cons. What
Yeah,
about
well,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, that's okay. I was just gonna say real quick. The only other con I have is the fact that I've tried to upload that freaking makeup video from last time like 3 times and it didn't upload for the longest time. Finally, I was like, all right, I'm uploading this one more time. If this doesn't upload, I'm going to hand you that freaking video myself, and I'm going to be like, here, since this stupid technology doesn't want to work. But anyway,
Right.
sometimes it does take a long time for our videos to upload to the drive, but that's okay. That's just
Yeah, just
I apologize.
technology.
What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was going to say, what about pros and cons for the vlog?
Okay, pros would be getting to express yourself, and with the videos, I feel like I gain a lot of confidence in my self-image with the videos.
Mhm.
Step out of my comfort zone a little bit with outfits. I don't really enjoy showing my body that much. Like with some of those outfits, it was kind of like, oh man, I'm really putting myself out there.
Right.
Another pro is getting to watch it back. The only con is sometimes I want to put Ryan in the videos, but with his schedule, it's kind of crazy. My lighting sometimes kind of sucks, and the freaking storage on my phone.
Right. The storage sucks.
That is a con. How about you?
My pros would just be, like you said, getting out there and like filming stuff that you're not really comfortable with filming, but doing it anyway just because like we have each other to rely on. So
Yes.
like I remember recording our day in the life video and thinking like I look disgusting, I look gross, I don't want to put this on the internet. And then being like, well, I need to do it because Cass is counting on me. Like she's doing it, so I need to do it. So and it wasn't anything bad. Like it was literally me showing you guys how I style my hair, and I just thought I looked so gross. And but I put it up there and I did it anyway, and now I'm like super proud of myself for doing that.
Heck yeah.
I'm trying to think. A con would be another pro is that we get to record ourselves in our daily lives, and in the future it's going to be awesome to go back and look at those.
Yes.
But a con would have to be it definitely takes longer to edit the vlogs than it does the podcast. The podcast is super easy. I know where to cut, I know where to put this, I know where to put that, I know where to put the audio. Like, it's just super easy. Where the vlog is, I pretty much have to watch all of the video content over again just to know, like, what I need to cut, what I don't need to cut. If I want to add audio, what audio do I want to add? Stuff like that. So it does take a while, but it is very rewarding in the end. So it's a con, but also a pro.
Yeah, that's a good one. Oh man, I'll tell you what. There were a couple of times in school where I was editing videos for projects and stuff, and it was like it took forever. And it's like the worst thing ever is going through all of your footage and finding what you need and where you need to cut it and what sounds you need to put in. It's like, oh my gosh. It's like
Yeah,
it can be draining. So I totally understand what you mean there.
definitely. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else we have to talk about the podcast, or the vlog, podcast or vlog?
How about like if you guys have any ideas to kind of get more outreach on our videos or more listeners on our podcast, let us know maybe what we can do different.
I really want to do a Q&A video.
I think that'd be fun.
But to do a Q&A video, we need you guys to send us questions. So
Yes.
we need you to interact with us.
Yes. And you can ask us literally anything. Well,
literally anything. We will answer anything.
maybe.
I just want questions. I will answer literally anything.
Yes, guys, please send us questions. We can gather them up and we can answer them for you. And let us know what you think about trying to do a live podcast or live video. Because I think it would be a lot of fun. I think it would be cool to, like, maybe some of our coworkers or some of our acquaintances that maybe haven't seen the podcast page or the YouTube or any of that. Maybe they'll see our live and they'll be like, oh, hey, cool.
Yeah.
Like, I want to follow the page.
I feel like we got a couple subscribers to YouTube last time we did that, so that'd be super cool to do that again. Also, guys, something Cass and I are going to start doing together, which we talked about our nerdy sides together. We're going to start playing D&D together, so maybe we'll talk about that on a podcast. If you're interested, let us know.
Yeah.
We haven't started yet, but when we do, we'll throw a little bit of that into our podcast so you can hear about it. So.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
We are going to have a good time. It's going to be fun. And again, it's going to be another night where I know I'm going to talk to you. It's going to be cool.
Exactly. And it gives us something to do. Like, nobody is really allowed to be around anyone right now with the whole pandemic, whatever. I mean, I know people are, but this is like a really cool way to socially distance yourself, but also get a chance to talk to your friends. And
yep. I agree.
So
stay safe out there.
Yeah, definitely. It's a crazy time right now. But yeah, guys, that's I really can't think of anything else.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that is pretty good. If you guys, like we said, if you have any questions about anything, please reach out. We're happy. If you're thinking about doing a podcast, you don't know if you want to, take the leap and do it because it is so much fun.
Definitely. And guys, if you are interested in being on one of our podcasts or being like a guest star, please let us know. We will 100% get you in on this, and you can come hang out with us for an episode, and we can talk about whatever you're interested in. Be super cool. You get to hang out with us. What more can you ask for?
Yes, heck yes. We would have so much fun doing that. I guess, do you have a rant for today?
Oh my gosh, do I have a rant? I have been waiting all day to rant about this to you.
Let them have it, Nikki.
Okay, so I curl my eyelashes like every day just because like my eyelashes are very blonde, like you can't really tell they're there, and I just like the little bit of lift it gives. So I've had this Revlon eyelash curler for a really long time. Well, I figured it was time to get a new one, so I threw that away. Oh, hi, 11.
I finally decided to wake up today.
Aww.
I went around and he jumped up on the windowsill. You jerk.
Oh man. But anyway, I got rid of that eyelash curler and went and bought a new one. And we've talked about how Elf Cosmetics is an amazing brand. Like, they have awesome makeup, but their tools are not always the greatest. So,
No.
But I bought an eyelash curler from them, okay? I've had it for about a month. And I was curling my eyelashes with it, and I went to go put mascara on the other day and realized I was having like some spacing between like right here on my eyelash, and over here it's like right here. So I thought it was really weird And yesterday, I was looking in the mirror. I got really close. I have like this magnifying mirror. And it cut some of my eyelashes off. So some of my eyelashes are shorter than the other ones now. Needless to say, I threw that eyelash curler away. If you use e.l.f. eyelash curlers, don't use them.
I'm disgusted.
I know. I would get close enough, but I don't think you can tell. Like, oh yeah, you can. Like, look right here. There's like a little space. Yeah. Yeah, my eyelashes were like this long, okay? And it cut it to like this long.
I'm sorry, my mind's blown. Girl,
Right?
that is a rant of the freaking year right there.
My eyelashes got cut. Do your eyelashes grow back? Like, I hope they do.
I think they do, because when you get extensions, I think they grow out, right? Maybe I'm wrong. I think they grow, though.
Okay.
Right?
I hope so.
I think your eyelashes fall out and they regrow.
Because
So I think they do.
I might have a little bit of a mental breakdown if my eyelashes look like this forever.
I would be so angry. That paw's bothering him, I think. Come here, baby. Let me look at you.
Oh, what's wrong with his paw?
I don't know. I don't know. If he keeps that up, I might have to take him to the vet tomorrow.
Oh, poor kitty.
He's limping. Oh, I'm not laughing at him because his legs hurt, but he's just kind of like, it's not funny, but usually he like is running, but he's just like trying to run, but he can't. So he's like dragging his foot. I don't know what's wrong.
Oh.
But oh my God, your eyelashes.
Oh.
I would be so mad.
I honestly don't know what to do. I'm just literally going
Sue
to
Elf. Be like, hey, I want you guys to refund me plus some.
for my eyelashes.
I want you to get me new eyelashes. What the heck? Guys, I don't understand. I really truly don't. How do you mess that up? How does Elf mess that up?
You make amazing products. Make a good eyelash curler that doesn't cut people's eyelashes off. And I thought it was just me. I was like, maybe it's just my eyelashes are really weird. Nope. And I looked it up online to see if other people had that issue, and yes, they do.
Oh my gosh. Yikes, 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 yikes. That is just, I'm so sorry you have to go through that.
That's fine. It's not like I have to see really anybody anyway.
Well, hopefully everything will grow back normally and everything will be good. Guys, Nikki is a trooper, I'm telling you. She's just amazing in all ways, but...
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
You're making me cry. What about you? What's your rant of the day?
My rant of the day, and this is something so annoying. My rant of the day is, okay, so I follow this page about my hometown, right, on Facebook. I'm sure you might follow this page too. And it's all about selling items and the town's news and all this stuff. It's become political. Like, the admin of the group is putting things on there like why you need to wear a mask and the political agenda behind it and who you should vote for president and all this stuff. And it's like, I don't want to see that. My Facebook timeline is already jacked up with politics. I don't want to see it. All I want to see on a site about my hometown is what's going on in the hometown. I don't want to see politics anymore. Like, I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of it.
Me
so that
too.
is my rant of the week. Is quit pulling politics where they don't have to be.
I agree. 100%.
Guys, I'm just very annoyed.
Don't talk politics if you don't have to.
Literally, I stay away from politics as much as I can. Even when people ask me about my beliefs and all that stuff. I tell them, oh, I'm this party, and I leave it at that. I don't tell them why I'm on this party or who they should vote for or if they're a good person. And it's like, no, I'm just going to ask you what your political party is. You're going to tell me, and then I'm going to say, oh, cool. Even if I disagree with you, I'm going to say, oh, that's cool. I respect that, though.
So I have a story to tell you, and I guess I could tell the podcast. So I had this thing to do yesterday. And the person, I don't want to be like too specific. The person that I went to go see, asked me what my party was, and first off, the person that I was seeing should not be asking me that in the first place, just because professional wise, like, it's just not a thing to ask. I was like, I don't really have a party that I choose. I kind of agree with some of the things on one party and agree with some of the things on the other party. Like, I'm not one or the other. And this person was like, oh, well, as an American, you have a right to that freedom, I guess. It's like, okay. Like, you shouldn't even be asking me that question in the first place.
Right? Like, why ask a question if you don't want to hear the answer?
Yeah. And I would be more specific, guys, but I don't know who listens to this, and I don't want to at that person because they are really nice, but it was not
a little bit.
It was not professional to ask a 25-year-old their preference politically.
Yeah. There's a time and place.
Thank you. I agree.
You'll never catch us talking politics on this podcast.
No, we are not political unless it's like body positivity. But is that really like political? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Political?
I'm sure somebody out there would be like, "You're this because you believe in this," and
you're
it's like
encouraging fat people to be fat and unhealthy. No,
I'm not.
We're
not.
not
Encouraging people to love themselves how they are.
Yes.
And that's that.
And that's a thesis.
That's the thesis.
As the kids would say.
Yeah, seriously, because
I don't even know if the kids say that anymore.
I don't know. Guys, keep us up with the slogan, or keep us up with the lingo. Keep us updated, please. But with that being said, I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you learned something and you got inspired and you learned a little bit of background behind the two of us. And again, for the 7th time, if you have any questions, ask us. We are happy to help you.
Definitely. And make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Like us on all of that stuff. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube, Two Eyes One World.
Yes.
Go listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Breaker, Pocket Cast, Google Podcasts, all of those good things that I showed you on Anchor tonight. And yeah. And with that being said, I am Nikki.
And I'm Cass, and you know what you're listening to. Two Eyes,
One World. Talk to you guys next time.
See ya!